Good day, everybody, and welcome to Anybody Can Code with a Phone on Quicklearn. Well, Quicklearn is simply a platform that allows you earn from tutoring people or learning new skills. You know, it allows you also learn, not just earn, and also do things for free, like charity and the rest. Well, for today, I'm going to be talking about web development. Usually on Quicklearn, there are so many things you can learn from from down to agriculture to you know e-learning and the rest. So we do web design, web development, graphic designs and the rest. But for now, you're subscribed to our free version, trial version of Anybody Can Code, HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. Now, let me quickly talk about being a web developer and what it really means. Sometimes people confuse web development with web designing. Web designing simply has to do with an imaginative creation of an idea of maybe given to you by a client to help build a website. Then, what a web developer does is he works with his idea in a picture form. Then he tries to recreate this thing as a functional or functioning website, right? So there are so many people out there who actually are both graphic designers or web designers and web developers. Like myself, I was initially just a designer, but with time I had to just the same way we are all learning, I had to learn web development and I up my game. It's also cool if you are out there to it's actually cool to have more than one skill. And for those who are just learning this, maybe this is your first time learning anything web related, like this is your first time learning anything, I would say this is a very nice step for you. It's a very bold step, and our advice, you don't just end here. You should just do personal growth. You just learn on yourself, develop yourself and all. Okay, so back to the matter at hand. We're going to be talking strictly about HTML for now. HTML also means it's short for hypertext markup language. It's for the way I see it is kind of like used for creating a rough sketch of your website. It helps include your content. It imputes everything you might really need in your website or your web page. Yet it gives it this ugly look. That's where your CSS comes in. It's more like the aesthetic aspect of web development. It gives it this nice appeal. It helps you design your website, resize it in whatever way you want. It's kind of the beginning of life for a web development. Then next is a JavaScript that kind of does, I like to call JavaScript the action word of web development, because it brings life to your code. It makes it makes your code jump up when you see something pop up on the screen, and some animations or things happening in real time. This is something JavaScript do, though there are so many coders who just do CSS and HTML and they are creating awesome and amazing websites. But it's best if you learn the three and become a full stack developer. Okay, so first thing we want to do is rename our file. Currently it's in txt, untitled txt format. So okay, before that, let's bring up our keyboard. Okay, it's already on it. So make sure you set your keyboard to your coding keyboard. This is the coding keyboard. Then we create our file. Now our file for HTML, a new file is this. Let's call it new .html. Every HTML file must be saved as .html. Please always remember that. Now everything about HTML is tags is what you need. And what are tags? Tags are simply your less than sign and your greater than sign. That's a tag, right? Something like this. This is a tag, and everything in HTML is included in a tag, is hidden in a tag. So the very first thing you will like to create, or you want to create in HTML, is your doc type HTML. This is a declaration. It's not a tag. It's called a declaration, and it's declaring to the to the web browser or to the web page that this is a HTML file, and this is it's going to tell you the version of HTML file you're currently working on. That's basically what it is. It's just to declare to the website. Okay, then the next thing you want to do is type in your HTML. That's the next thing you type to a typical HTML code. Now I want you to see these tags. This is a tag. Now the second HTML is a closing tag because it has this backslash to it. I don't know if you see it, if you've seen it in movies. If you watch Scorpion, it's the name of a movie. Yeah, it has this stuff. So a backslash is kind of like a way to close your container. I see every tag as a container, a container that has a beginning, it has an end, right? So this HTML is more like if the full container for your web page. Imagine it as a container for your web page where you store things, where you create stuff, right? So this HTML container will have other containers, and we have two containers. They are the head container and the body container. You can also see head tags or body tags. Okay, I'm going to type them now. Head tag. Our A code helps us automatically complete these tags, so we don't have to go through the stress of adding this backslash and typing the whole thing. That's why I love A code. So the next one is, as I said, the body tag. So everything in HTML is tags. While within our HTML, our head container or tag, I will create a title for our work, and I'll call it tutorial. I'm naming it. Okay, that's for our title. Then for our body, now I want you to picture your body as the content of your HTML. So see that as an article. What does an article have? It has your headers, your paragraphs, and the rest, and your text, right? That's actually what your body has. This is what you'll be seeing on the screen. You won't see the tutorial I just wrote there. You won't see it. Maybe you might see it at the top of some browsers, but you will not, generally won't see it. Okay, the body. For the body, I'm going to start with header. Yeah, let's start with header. And for your header, as your header tags, see them, H1 to H6 are your tags. They are just 6 header tags, and H1 is the biggest tag. I'm going to write biggest. This is your biggest tag, and I'm going to jump straight to H6, the smallest. So when you're coding, you kind of you choose between which tag you want to use depending on what tag you want to what size you are looking for. So to run a code, just press the plus the play, and to just run it to take us to a browser. Okay, now see that the biggest now is H1, while the smallest is our H6. So you can actually just try with your H2, H3, H4, H5, just to get conversant with it. And in case this old tags and typing is not easy for you, don't worry, it takes time to learn, but within a very short period of time, you won't be surprised at yourself how fast you'll become. The next thing we want to type is a paragraph. What is a paragraph? Paragraph is a paragraph. It helps write stuff on the next line. So to write a paragraph, as usual, the first thing we do is tags. Yes, you're right. The tag, this, and this is a paragraph. Let's just write this is a paragraph. So as you can see, it's not as hard as you thought it was, or as you see in movies, right? Okay. Now this is a paragraph, as simple as okay, now we have written our paragraph. The next thing I would like to show us is how to apply bold and italic to our text. And to do that, as usual, what comes, tags. Then we write for the bold, we write strong. Strong. That's how we write bold for now for strong. Let's just write bold in it. So you see. Then for italic, we use something called emphasis, EM, in tags too. EM. Then we write italic. Yeah, this is the way you write italic. Normally before, for emphasis or italic, we use I instead of the EM, and for the strong we use bold itself. But now it's obsolete. Nobody uses it again because it's of so many errors it usually gives. Some, I think some browsers couldn't, or different screen types couldn't just be universal. So they just wanted something universal, and they just say, okay, be as bold as you can and be as italic as you can. Okay, as you can see, this is bold, this is italic. Nice and easy and simple, right? Thank you. Okay, the next thing we want to do is how to apply links to your website. Links is everything in website. I mean, you don't want to have a website that just shows you one page. You want to go to your notification on Facebook. You want to go to, you want to add a friend. A new page opens. So to basically, the way you do that is that's a way we add it. That's our A tag. It's called A tag. Then in the tag, we're going to add an attribute, and it's called href. It refers you, and you know it with your equal to and your semicolon, right? Your semicolon, colon. Okay, so you know it with this. Then we close it. We close it automatically. It gives us the closing tag. Now within this you can write whichever site you want to go to. So for now, let's go with something very simple and something popular. I'm going to go for Google. So to write Google, just write the URL http this, then this www.google.com. Now what we've successfully done is we've told our web browser that, okay, see, we are going to Google, but it's not yet complete. I mean, usually when you want to go to a new place, you will see something you can click, right? A clickable link is called a link. A clickable link. So we are going to have to create a link, and it's simple. Just type something or anything you want to ask. You want to represent your link in between the two A's, right? Your referral tag. So let me just type go. Yeah, let me just type go. So the go will take us to Google. Hopefully, for that I have to put on my data, because obviously to use Google I have to put on my data. So let's check it out. So it's gonna be underlined and maybe bluish, just to tell us this is a link. It's gonna highlight everything for us. And now you see it's underlined. Go, so we can click on it. It's clickable. When we click on it, it should take us to Google, and it's very functional. Let me type something, go.com, right? Should take us where we want to go. Now, yeah, it's actually very functional. This is your typical website. So hope you understand. Hope it's not so difficult for you to grasp. So when you have questions, you can always DM me. You can, I'm always here to answer your questions. Okay, I think we're done with that. And the next thing I want to show us is how to add lists. When I mean lists, when you list things, I want to go to the market, let me write a list of what I want to do. So in HTML, there are two kinds of lists. We have the unordered list and we have the ordered list, right? So we have the unordered list. Then, okay, so this is how we do it. For the unordered list, we have UL. It's going to create a container for our list. Then within the container, we are going to be writing our different list item, and to do that we use the li. The what? Li. Yeah, and for within this li, we now start writing. Okay, let's just write shoe or shoes for the first list item, and for the last list item, I'm going to write bag. That's the second list item, all within your unordered list. Well, for the next one is called ordered lists, right? Then we're going to be having our list item. Our list item. I'm going to write shoes just to compare and contrast. And The next list item is going to be bag. Now what UL does is the honor that list, it presents your list in form of a bullet form, while your ordered list, it presents it in a numbered form. Okay, let me just show you. That's just it. Numbered form and bullet form. Yeah, that's pretty much what it does, right? Okay, then the next thing I would like to do is sorry, let me just go back. The thing I would like to do is teach us how to import images. And to do your image, usually, yeah, img, this is your the tag for image, img, and your attribute is called src. You know that by your equal to and your colon. Then you cover. Okay, now this is where it's tricky. Unlike your other tags, this one is called a self-closing tag because it closes itself. You don't need to have to add an extra close tag when you write the img all over again. No, you just do it once and you're done with it. So for the source, you have to make sure your image is saved in the same location as your folder, so you don't have problem. So far your HTML file is saved in the same location as your image, you are good to go. And your image is, for example, I think my image is called glow.png. Yeah, this thing is very important. What image type are you using? Is it PNG, is it JPG, or some even use GIF? It's possible. So I am using a glow.png and I'm going to go save my file. So let me save as. Let me select folder, internal memory. Let me see. I will save it under Quicklearn. Glow.png, as you can see. Let me save it here. Okay, should I save it as? Let me save it as new.html. Yeah, it's saved. Now let's see if it will load. Nice. You see, it's loaded our image exactly the way we wanted it. This is just basically how easy it is to create a website. And you see, you are now a web developer. I mean, just a minute ago you were like, wow, how will I start? And now we're already halfway through. Okay, we're already done. I think that should be the last thing I want to show. Okay, let me just quickly do this. This is the way you draw horizontal lines. Sometimes when you check some websites, you just see some lines, right? Let me just show you how they do that. So to do that, as usual, you can correct me. HR, then this, then this. This is how you draw your horizontal line. Hopefully, I don't do this, but let me check it. Yeah, you saw it, right? Oh, okay. It's been blocked by image, so you can't see it, but it created the horizontal line. Okay. Did I teach you this? I didn't teach you how to break. Okay, sorry. The next thing I'm going to teach you is how to break. For example, look at this. Look at this. Let me just show you this. I am a boy. She is a girl. Look at what it does, right? You see there, I'm a boy, she's a girl. But I really want this thing to be on another line, right? And I really don't want it to be a paragraph, right? But I just want it to be in the next line. So let's see what we can do about it. What we just do is this. There's something called a line break tag, right? This is called your line break. BR, then your /. Just the same way we used for the HR just now. It's called your line break tag and it's self-closing tag. So now this breaks takes it to the next line. Now it's now in the lesson. I am a boy, she's a girl. Let's even break it even further. Now you can just come here, BR, sorry, BR, then this. Now let's see. This will be the last thing I'll show you for today. Now going to the next line. This is how you actually organize your web page and all. So for the next class, we'll be talking briefly Headstart into CSS. And mind you, please, I want you to keep practicing on your HTML, keep working on, because next class won't be this slow, and neither will it be this simple. It's gonna go just a step higher than this, right? So I want you to just keep practicing on everything we've taught. I'm going to give an assignment, so you just keep practicing. And when you have questions, if you have any questions, maybe you're stuck, you don't know how to do some things, just let me know. I'm just going to be with you. I'm going to try to encourage you or fix it, right? So thank you very much for staying. Thank you very much for being a part of this. I'm very, very honored and grateful. It's been your boy Nana, and take care of yourself.